Good morning, Jeep Life Podcast. And where are we? I don't know yet. We're heading there right now. Just hold on. Hey Lifers, Break It Billy coming to you from Bantam Jeep Fest in Butler, Pennsylvania. We are at this amazing event, hanging out with the Quadratec tent. Yes, you know I work for Quadratec, so we're hanging out with the JTe right behind me right here. So we're gonna do a quick little walk around. I'm gonna give you some of the specs of what this is, where it came from, who made it, and what is it? All right, guys, so this is the JTe by Quadratec, and we are looking at a hybrid two-door Gladiator that was built by an amazing builder out in Michigan. His name is Greg Henderson, and he is the creator of this amazing build. It was originally a 4xe converted to a truck, so it still has that stock 4xe platform. So it is a hybrid Jeep. As we can see, it's plugged in right there. It has that 2.0 turbo with the electric motor, and the battery is still tucked in its stock location. It's featuring Lynx wheels. Our good friends over at Rock Slide Engineering hooked this up with a custom set of rock sliders. It's featuring the Lynx Performance Suspension by Quadratec, and as we can see, it's using the Lynx control arms, and it has a brand new carnivore bumper on the front and the Rescue Teton winch. As we look around this, it has that two-door look, and I can say it is all factory Mopar replacement crash parts. So that is a Gladiator bulkhead. The bed is originally off a Gladiator. They chopped it and added about 10.5 inches in there, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. I can say that Jeep should make this 100%. Also, Quadratec did amazing thing of putting a winch in the rear. So this is designed to go out and be a workhorse for Tread Lightly. Our good friends over at Tread Lightly partner with Quadratec to do 50 for 50 trail cleanups across the country. And we can see in the back how many they've completed already, and they are working on making that entire map of the United States fully blue, the 4xe blue. And we're keeping that environment, mindset as we're out on the trails, and we cannot, say enough about this rig. It's awesome. And let's go into the interior right now. We are going to first check out that step. I'm gonna close the door real quick and watch that step just go right up. We're gonna open up that door one more time and watch that step come right out. It's awesome. And then we're approached right with the Catskins custom seat liners. So that is custom embroidered for the 50 for 50 in Quadratec with the 4xe blue stitching. Absolutely awesome. So they are still stock JL seats, but these are their custom covers. And then as we go into the inside, we can see that Alpine 509 dash. Huge screen, completed with all of the Alpine speakers needed for this rig, and it still functions just like a JL. It's still no dash, no nothing. It is 100%, and I can say this is an amazing build. I've driven it, I've been out in it. It is crazy awesome. We got our friends over at AMSOIL. Say hi to Jerry. He's sitting in the booth being nice and cool over there. AMSOIL is going to hook you up with all of your lubrication needs. Great friend of the podcast. And let me tell you, go head up Jerry over at AMSOIL. He's going to get it done for you. Always BDS, JKS, Fox. They have great displays out here coming out. Check out all of their products. And we're just walking around this Bantam Jeep Fest, giving you some of what we're seeing here right now. And obviously we have to stop and get some real shots of this. We all know what it is, and I want to do a full walkthrough of it. So let's check it out, Miss Nessie. Hey guys, as you know, I'm standing here with Nessie, which is an Ultra 4 car, and we know who owns that, Miss Hollie Fowler, Mischief Maker, and this is her latest build of an Ultra 4 car and her take on it with a Jeep two-door. Originally a JK, now full-on race build. Let's get some shots of it right now. So here we go.
Nice to meet you, Hollie. Take care. I'll be watching you on YouTube.
So underneath this, we got a giant LS motor. And it's still, interestingly enough, she's not running full hydro here. So she's running a hydro assist, which that is the ram right there. And she's running power steering lines off of her power steering box, which has an orbital valve on the end of it, into that ramrod. So she's assisting these tires to turn side to side. Additionally, this is going to give her a lot more stability when she's out in that course running at those higher speeds. So as we can see, ramrod, two lines that come out that are fed by power steering fluid that go up into that power steering box right over here. Hey guys, something else that I wanted to point out here is, so she is running a 3.5-inch coilover setup with a triple bypass shock. So I'm gonna move over to the front right now to give you a little bit better view of what this is. So the triple bypass shock, as this shock moves through its travel, it's going to hit these different chambers here, here, and one on the backside. And what that's going to do is add more compression or less compression and different valving. So as it moves through that shock travel, we can get more stability out of that shock. Additionally, we have the coil over, so that is the spring over another shock. So technically she is running 2 shocks here, and the spring, which holds up the weight of the vehicle, and the shocks, which dampen the movement of that axle up and down. Also, Hollie, because is running in races, this and that, she does have to have a full net system to protect her when she's out on that trail. Giant radiator in the back with 3 fans. And then additionally, if we see right here, there is more radiators located throughout this entire rig. So one of these cools the transmission fluid, so it runs through piping up to one of these coolers, cooled by a fan pushing that air past those fins to cool everything off. Additionally, she has another cooler on this side, another fan. This one is going to cool her oil that goes to her motor. So the cooler the oil, you are going to have a longer longevity out of that oil and getting all of those properties you need to lubricate that engine. Additionally, fuel cell. This is a 34-gallon fuel cell sitting here. Fuel pump on top, the filler. However, the way that they set this one up is they run a fuel pump into another canister, which is located right here. And this is actually the fuel that is going to get delivered into the engine. So this is a sump and a fuel sump. They have a extra reserve of fuel, and also it pumps in and then pumps out of here. Additionally, you can check out that interior. It is full-on race car. There is no more dash. It's exactly what you need. Levers for your transfer case. You have your shifter right there, and then all of the extra controls. And this is actually her navigation. So the passenger is going to give her directions through a set of comms to tell her where to go and where she needs to be on the trail, making sure that she doesn't lose any penalties due to being off trail, which is super important at these giant races like King of the Hammers and all of these other races that she's traveling around with this crazy rig. So this is Nessie, and we love this design, and obviously Onyx Off-Road is one of her biggest supporters when she takes this out on the rig trails. As always, our good friends over at PowerTank are here as well. So we're gonna take a quick look at all of their accessories that they have shown right now. Obviously the Pro Eagle jack, which is one of the greatest things, uses compressed CO2 to be able to inflate that jack, which is a pneumatic jack, to lift the vehicle off the ground. Super stable and also super compact, being able to tuck it away in the back of your Jeep or in one of those carrying cases below. But PowerTank, they cornered the market on storing CO2 at a liquid state. So when it goes through that gaseous change from a liquid to a gas, it expands. And that process, you can store a lot of gas at a liquid state at a smaller volume to be able to inflate that tire very quickly. You can get, as you know, check out all of the other videos that we've done on PowerTanks, or head over to powertank.com and you can look at all of their videos explaining every accessory that they have.
How's it going?
You guys enjoy the day.
So Power Tank can hook you up with all of your inflation tools. Obviously the tanks are right here. This is their specialized regulator. So the top is the feed pressure out of your tank and the bottom is your feed pressure into your line. And there is a knob on the side to adjust that pressure. It's the silver knob right there. They also come in red and different pressure regulators as well. So they have a 250 psi regulator and a 400 psi regulator to be able to deliver that compressed CO2 to your tires and inflate that tire as fast as possible. All right guys, so this is something else that I saw at the show and I wanted to show you. And as you can see, it says 3.6 liter. What does that mean? Well, Aggressive Crawlers put a 3.6 liter with that 8-speed transmission in an LJ. Yes, here you go. That is one of the first 3.6 liters. So that's a JL motor in an LJ right here. It's running the factory ECM, and as we look under it, it's got lots of goodies, as we can see. But that's pretty cool. I think it's something definitely different. I was talking to these guys last night at the Invasion and they were telling me all about it, but they are the first company to put that 3.6 liter Pentastar in an LJ and still uses all factory controls inside, and super cool. So I think this is something that might be cornering the market right now, and we might be able to see some more of these. Obviously, Aggressive Crawlers Off-Road is going to get it hooked up with you, and just that's a really, it looks factory. Let me tell you, this would have been a lot cooler. Maybe, probably not. I love the LJs and the 4.0s. You know, 4.0s hold a great deal in my heart, but also that 3.6 liter Pentastar is a great motor to be able to put into an LJ to give it a little bit more drivability, a little bit more oomph out on the trails, and super clean interior. And look what they have right there, the Armor Light system, which are great friends over at Armor Light, title sponsor of the podcast. So check it out, goarmorlight.com. Aggressive Crawlers Performance or Aggressive Crawlers Off-Road is going to get it done for you. Also, they're a full one-stop shop, and they do put some big old V8s and everything else too. So check that out, flexed out LJ. I love it. Well guys, that is a wrap to Bantam Jeep Fest in Butler, Pennsylvania. I hope you like walking around with the show with me and also checking out some of the other cool builds. Obviously, the JTe right behind me, and also all the other rigs. So, big Jeep wave to you. Break It Billy signing off from Bantam Jeep Fest. And see you on the next one, guys.